Hey guys, Mark here. Um, Here today to try and show people how to play GP bikes. A lot of times when I see videos posted online, the number one comment I see right alongside that video is that the game is insanely hard to play, and I think that's just not true at all. It's pretty simple, so I'm here today to try and share my inputs, my insights, and some of my motorcycle racing knowledge. Hopefully get some more people to try out the game, see how great it is, and build a great community. And just people, I'd like to see people enjoy it. It's a great game. As you can see, I removed my license key. We're just going to play the demo. I'd imagine that if you can't play the game, you probably didn't buy it. So first things first, I'm not a real fan of the GP125. As you can see, it's the only bike here. It's a little unstable, so we're going to run it. Let's go real quick to the control settings. I am using an Xbox 360 controller. My left stick, my lean left and right. I have the, that's the square button, I'm sorry, it's the PS4 controller. The square button as my rear brake. As you can see here in the advanced settings, I have my gain set to 70%, so that means I can only use 70% of the throw of the button. It limits it. Real handy, so you can just hold the rear brake through corners if you don't have a spare access to use it for. I'm using my CSL Elite pedals for the throttle and brake. Front brake, this is rear brake. L2, I got L1 and R1 for upshifting or downshifting and upshifting in that order. The biggest setting that you're going to have to worry about is right here, direct lean. I have mine set at 17%. That's kind of a personal preference thing. Depends on how good you are with a thumbstick, what kind of device you're using. If you're using a steering wheel, you're going to want that closer to 100%. 0% is pretty much useless. We'll cover that in the video. I'll try and demonstrate as best I can what each extreme is, and then you'll have to decide for yourself where you're going to want to go. The other thing is to turn off most of your aids. I use automatic clutch and automatic rider lean. Automatic tires change is kind of unrelated. Don't worry about it. So that's the real quick settings explanation. Alright, so here we are at the Victoria track. As you can see, it's clearly Phillip Island. We're just going to go right to track. And we'll take a quick slow lap here. I'll try and explain to you what I'm doing, some ins and outs of motorcycle racing. First things first, you can set up a button to push yourself forward. I maybe should have showed you that, but you figure it out. Just kind of get yourself pointed out on the pit lane. I know that some people really struggle with that quick, slow speed turn. Everything does get much easier once you get a little momentum behind you. So anyways, get pointed down pit lane. Downshift, it is a motorcycle. Downshift to first gear. Hold her wide open, pull out of pit lane. He's going to turn this way. Steer him back this way. Let off the stick. He'll come back to center on his own. You don't need to steer him every which way. Anyways, we're just going to accelerate out on track. So one of the biggest things when it comes to motorcycle racing, the differences between car racing and motorcycle racing, is how much earlier everything on a motorcycle has to be done. You got to brake earlier, man. You ain't got the grip to brake like you do in a car. You got to brake gentle. You got to treat it like a vintage car where you ease into the brake, you know? You go like this. You can't just stab them. You'll go right over the bars. You compress the front suspension and it just goes ugly. You can see how quick it came up there when I stabbed them. When you transition from left to right, man, that shit takes forever compared to a car. You can't just be turning left and all of a sudden turning right, man. It takes forever to get from the left side of the tire to the right side of the tire and start turning. So these are things you got to take into account, man. You got to plan ahead. You got to flow around the track, man. You got to pretend you're a bird out there, and you're just soaring around the track, man, flowing around it, and all that good stuff. So as far as controlling the bike on the track, man, all you do is you hit the corner at the right speed with the right line and you hold the stick all the way down. Like I said, I'm using the old thumbstick here on the PS4/Xbox 360 controller. And you just get your speed right. And like the bike's too slow to actually top out in these corners, or actually go around these corners, but damn it, this thing is slow. Ah! So there, I was just a little unsmooth on the controller, and it caused a problem. It makes the game look... I said this is easy to play, and here I am crashing on a warm-up lap, right? the bike is junk, in my defense. Not a great example of a bike. Down here, there's a little bit of a bump in the track. You really can't lean all the way, so this is one thing to watch for. It's a little bit scary. You got to kind of stand her up in the middle of the corner there. Anyways, just once again, just hit the corner speed right. Hold the button all the way to the left. If you need them to stand up quicker coming out of the corner, you can push them up, you know, push the stick the other way. Son of a bitch, this bike is fucking terrible. You can hit that wide open on any other bike in the game. It's completely ridiculous. There's some bumps there. Yeah, he just loses the front end. The bike is terrible. I don't know why this is the demo. Alright, we're going to soldier through. I'm going to try and be smarter, and we're going to get a clean lap in. Keep in mind, I have not turned any practice laps in this, so this is probably going to be fairly ugly. Don't hit the curbs. Terrible idea. Transition. We're full left already. You know, middle of that straightaway, and okay, we're way too slow, but... oh, fuck this bike. I'll include some video of me riding a mod bike, and you'll see that it's not nearly as hard as this thing. It's not that they're, like, inaccurate, per se, it's just... this thing is ridiculous. I don't know what the deal is with it. The front end is just way too overly sensitive. Yeah, you can't... oh my god. I guess if you played the demo and decided you couldn't play this game, you'd be entirely accurate in that assumption. I totally understand everyone's pain now. I swear it's a good game. It's very playable. As you can see in the lower left, you can see my inputs. My lean input is basically what my left stick is doing, throttle brake. The steering there is actually what the virtual rider is doing. So he's just trying to match the lean that you're trying to tell him to take. We're going to really hit this slow and get around it clean. And that's basically, the computer controls the handlebars for you. You're just telling him how far to lean. Okay, alright, we're going to make it. I swear to God, we're going to make it perfect. Alright, this is going to be the clean lap. Very disappointed if it's not. We're not going to reach full lean anywhere on this lap. We're just going to take her slow. But anyways, you can kind of see what I'm doing where I'm having to turn early on everything. Coming from mod bikes to play this thing is ridiculous. As you can see, we're just kind of steady. We're not really doing any inputs, or trying to, obviously. How terrible the bike handles, it's hard to. Definitely want to stay away from the curbs in this game. That's tricky. So as you can see, I mean, look at how early we turned in there. We were still basically in the right-hander before this. And we were already flipping the bike to the left to get into this corner. Those transitions take forever. So I'd imagine coming from a car racing game, you're basically just going to run wide at every single corner your first few laps. And if you do that, don't panic, man. Just stand the bike up. The rider will handle the grass like a champ. You will not believe how good he is. I'll run wide here at the second corner on purpose. Totally on purpose, guys. Not going to be accidental. And show you what I mean. So as we get to the grass, we're going to stand the bike up so it's not leaned over and he doesn't lose it right away. Okay. We're turning. Oh no, we're going to run wide. Stand it up. And then you can just, look, we're just holding the stick to the left. We're going to probably crash here. But anyways, boom, rider handled it like a champ. continue your lap, come in there and actually hit the brakes next time, you know? We're going to see if we can maybe try a little harder here now that we got some heat in the tires. Alright, we're going to full left here. There he goes. Yeah, perfect. Right where he crashed last time. So that's the shitty 125 in the demo. I'm sorry, guys. This seems like a miserable failure. I will be sure to include a lap of me riding a mod bike. We'll do a Moto3 2017 lap, and you'll see that it's really not this frickin' difficult once you get into it. I don't know why this bike is in the demo. This is a terrible representation of the game. So anyways, try it out, guys. Hopefully you'll learn to love it like I have and get as much enjoyment from it as I have. Thanks for watching.